Let me check, actually.
You said it was
I
against a
think,
Zed?
yeah, it's on the 25th or 26th, and it's a lost game.
It's a lost game? Okay. Let's find it. Not that one. Okay, here. This one.
Oh, do you find it?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think we'll have time to also go over the Zoe game?
Yeah.
Because I lost lane a level 6 because my jungler told me I was like doing with a guy, and I asked him, hey, did Zed use ult in a jungle fight? And he said yes, so I went in and I tried that.
Okay, yeah, we'll look at this. So first let me check. Where is this? What the fuck? Wait, what?
Ah, feels good. Like, struggling with something, just pay $50.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Um. Okay, let me see something real fast. Let's see. So, if this, it looks like Zed like might be smurfing. It won't. It shouldn't really matter. But let me share screen because regardless if he's smurfing or not, odds are he's not some like giga high elo player that is gonna play like perfect. But he might play better than others, and then we can actually talk about some more advanced stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah,
You can see
there
my
are.
screen, right?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about a few things here. Well, let's just start with this. So you don't want to be auto attacking like constantly like this. You just want to auto attack a little bit because all you're really doing is trying to get a slight push advantage. Zed can't like hit the wave or anything, right? So he can't out push you. He's just gonna be trying to grab CS with Q. So you want to be slowly pushing because you want to stack up as many minions as possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Cool.
might have overdone it.
Yeah, so like you're kind of like spamming autos here. The next thing is
Should I punish that?
no. So here you tried to walk up and throw red card at him. Now the problem here is his Q wouldn't be back up yet. It's going to be up in probably like 1 or 2 seconds. But like these aren't. He doesn't have to throw anything at these yet. First off, and then so right here, because you pulled this so early, now you have to throw it for your CS. So this is kind of like I don't even want you to worry about this too much right now because I still need to gauge where you're at, like in laning phase, like playing TF. But since your W is an auto attack, you have to make sure you don't have any CS to get before you pull something like this, like before you just pull out your W. But like I said, don't worry about it too much right now. Let me see. I need to find I need to see where you're at. Okay.
I don't really think I could punish that CS because I would
Nope.
like right amongst casters.
No, nothing you can really punish too much right now. Yeah, he's playing right. So here though, one thing you need to know about Zed is that like his Q does way less damage if it hits a minion first. So like you being on this like over here like this doesn't really do anything for you. First of all, second, he's not going for any last hits right now, so he's not gonna just let you hit him with something. So you should be sitting back here slowly pushing, and then when you see a CS getting low, then you walk up
Okay.
because you're just giving him free Qs there. So right here, so this is what I'm talking about. It's like right here, it's obvious he's going for a CS. This one right here. So if you were in position, you could punish this one. You just weren't in position for it. So like right here, you shouldn't be autoing anything. And this is what I mean. So like if you're not autoing anything, you won't have any CS to go for. And then look,
Okay.
it's obvious he's gonna walk up and try to get this. So you should be up here getting ready to punish. Like he'll have to choose. He'll either throw the Q at you and miss the CS, or throw the Q here, get the CS but take damage. Right?
Like, should I be like inside of my wave at this point, like more to the middle?
Yeah, you should definitely be more to the middle. But I'm not even that worried about that right now. I more want you to see how it could seem like someone's not giving you any chances to punish them, but there will be, just like that one right there. And there's going to be a lot more should be coming up here. Let's see what happens. Also, you want to go E second on TF.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can kind of see here, because you push too fast, you see how you're crashing 2 waves here, just barely?
Yeah, I fucked it up.
So if you push slower, you'd have 3 waves, and then that's like optimal. So right here, if you throw this red card at the tower, it hits him. That's what you should have been looking to do there.
Okay.
So right there, that's 2 autos minimum that he should have taken. Actually, with your E, it would have been 2 autos. Without your E, that's 1 auto. But you see, so a player like this who's smurfing and like knows at least a little bit on how they're supposed to play this, he's still giving you plenty of chances. Like this right here, you should red card. You would red card, and then you'd throw Q through this little choke right here.
Yeah, because he can't really dodge because he has very little room to dodge, and he's also slowed.
Yep. And then after that, anytime he goes for CS here, he should not be able to auto a single one without taking some form of damage, even if it's just an auto attack.
Yeah.
Like, because he has no way of fighting you.
Well, as regarding to the jungler, like, should I have a word already here?
No.
Only when I hit level 3 do I ward, right?
Like so
when it
you
starts to push
could
back to me.
no, you could have warded level 2. You just don't have to because one, this is Zed, like it's Zed and Diana. Diana's not that strong of an early game jungler. Zed can't even follow up on a gank really at this point. But which like if everything's going right and you crash 3 waves on his tower, as you're crashing that, you go drop a ward and then come back and harass under tower. That's what should happen.
Okay.
But since you crash 2 waves, the timing's a little bit off. It's not that big of a deal. You could, like I said, you could still have warded if you wanted before this, but you also don't have to because they're a very weak early game duo. All good?
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, he needed to take an auto there.
I think I just was too impatient, like, to punish him.
Okay, he can play the game now.
Yeah, this is where he hits me with his combo.
Okay, so right here. So part of learning how to lane on TF is literally just knowing how to use pick a card. So I'm gonna show you something here. So why'd you pick this card right here? Why'd you press W here to start cycling?
Because in my mind, I was like, oh shit, I fucking fucked up the wave, so I might as well just fucking crash it and like let it slow push back to me because it's pretty dangerous because they're both gonna hit level 3. Well, Zed is level 3 and Diana is level 3.
Okay. So that's a fine thought. There's 2 things here. One, if you have stacked deck like this, like stacked deck plus a blue card is like like a really strong poke. Basically, when you have stacked deck, if you like can land any one of your cards with the stacked deck, that's like optimal shit right there. That's like ton of damage.
Like when he's going for that melee.
Mm-hmm. So, but the trick is to not pull it here. So a lot of the time you'll see with TF players, like if I'm playing TF and anyone playing TF, they will. So like if I was you here, I would walk up to where I'm already in auto range, and then I would just double tap W and throw it. I'm not going to try to wait for like a specific one. I'm literally just double tapping it. And if in this situation, I would hope it's a blue card. Blue card with the stacked deck is chunky damage. Like that would be great, and I get some mana back. It doesn't matter which one it is. Also, if you don't know, blue card does the most damage, base damage.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things about playing TF is learning how to not like pick your card like this from so far away where you make it very obvious so they can just walk away. You need to like wait for him to walk up for a CS. Don't pick the card yet, and then as he's walking up, pull it, throw it right away. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
Cool.
Because basically I'm like reefing my poke if I just pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a school shooter and then.
Like whoa. Let's not even
just
continue
an
that analogy. No, let's not even finish that one. So this is the next thing here. So you throw Q and that was good, but look, he's gonna get the cannon here for free.
Yeah, because I use all my cooldowns.
Well, like you can still auto him here. You actually like he can't just like jump on you and kill you right now. He has to chunk you first, and then wait for a W again, and then go in. So you should still be up here hitting him while he's going for this. And if you're not doing this, then you should be walking and warding. Because what you're doing here is like nothing. You say you're just kind of walking in circles.
Yeah, I was really indecisive here.
Yeah, so you either ward there or you harass him. I would have harassed him, and then once he was like finished clearing this wave, then I would go ward. Because then like I have no minions to hit him with. Here, you have to, this is just Zed knowledge. When he throws W like this, all you have to do is walk directly back. Because...
And I only get hit with 1 Q?
Yeah, with 1 Q, so he doesn't proc electrocute, and it does like no damage. I mean, look how much damage it did with, like, that was full combo. WE, both Qs electrocute, and only did that much. So if only 1 Q hits, he doesn't proc electrocute, and the second Q doesn't hit, so like, yeah, he's not really a threat. Okay. So this was like an okay attempt. The problem here is you're skipping steps. So if you think about this for a sec, look at the wave right here. You see how it's literally, it's not actually completely reset because it's not in the middle, but the waves are even. So think about how level 1 works in these matchups. Level 1 to 3, like what you just did. You slow pushed and harassed, right? So when the wave gets back to the middle like this and it's even, you're back at that step of starting to slow push again, get the minion advantage, and then start harassing. You're doing this a little bit too early. Does that make sense?
Wait, repeat that. I'm doing this a little too early.
Like you're skipping the step of like slow push. Like your game plan is like slow push, harass him, he clears the wave, it comes back like this, and then rinse and repeat. You gotta do that first step again. Build up your minion wave and slow push. And like so like at this stage where the wave's even and you're just like getting the slow push again, this is where you shouldn't be getting too aggressive. And like I would be standing like in this area and trying to throw like a red card at this or something. But basically you have no real advantage right now. But you are ranged, meaning you can push faster than him. So that's the advantage you're going to use to get the minion advantage and push advantage, and that will let you trade and actually win. But if you just do this and you just run at him when he's level 3 and the waves are even, you have really nothing that's going to... Like he can.
Well, I know his W's down like right now.
Yeah, so if you're tracking his W, that's great. It's just like
Right.
even if
Too obvious.
well, it's just like you ran up to do that when his Q was still up. So like all this would do is give him a free Q to hit you with.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
Too impatient.
yeah. So he's gonna use Q on this one. So you see this one right here? You know his Q's down for that one. So that's the one you want to pressure. So let's see what you do. See what I'm saying? So he's giving you windows. He is playing better than most low elo players because since he's smurfing. So you're not recognizing the windows. They're not as obvious, is all.
Yeah. I was really thrown off by him.
Yeah, and that's normal. Also, another thing. So you have 2 corrupting potion charges. Look at your HP. There's no benefit to sitting at this HP versus an assassin, no matter who it is. So you can just pop it here. You can just sit full HP. Also, so it looks like you're trying to let the wave slow push back to you, right?
Yeah,
So why are you doing that?
because I just wanted to bounce. Because when it met in the wave, like when the waves met in the middle earlier, and you said you should repeat that, the game plan of pushing back towards him,
Mm-hmm.
I saw that they like were slightly outside. So in my mind, I was like, I wasn't having the same process of thought as you did. What I was thinking was, oh, let it push back to me, and then I push it back to him.
Okay.
Then
So yeah, the wave would slow push back to you earlier if no one touches it. That's actually what's happening right now. It's slow pushing back to you because
I didn't touch it.
right. So that's the problem. Is like you should have went back to step one and started pushing again. Because now he has a level advantage on you. Like he can jump in and kill you right now. And if he doesn't kill you, he's gonna chunk you really hard. Like he's level 4. So like you shouldn't be walking up at all. Yeah. See. So this is how you can tell he's not smurfing from like too high of an elo or anything like that, because you should die there every time. Like he could have just swapped in passive auto ignite. You have to flash. He could just follow the flash. So you should die there. And that's literally just, this is all from not controlling the wave properly, right? And that's what TF, like, that's the good thing about playing TF, is it teaches you stuff like this, because if you don't control the wave properly, you can't trade properly, since most of your shit comes from auto attacks.
But like, even if I fucked up the 3-wave crash, I still could have like remedied the situation, right? Is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. You just had to start pushing again. That's all. I probably have an example of me playing this exactly though with TF in these matchups, but wow, he actually flashed. So yeah, you have a potion here. So you just saw how much damage he did to you earlier with his combo, right? It did a decent amount. Double Qs. That was without an auto, passive auto, and ignite. So you have a potion and you're half HP. You are easily in kill range and you haven't popped the potion yet. You see how that's like a big problem.
Big mistake.
Luckily, this guy's not that good. You should be dead already. Even here, like he should just kill you. He shouldn't let you even move from the lane. Yeah, so like he's trolling. Yeah, this is really shit. So this should actually be a kill.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't remember that happening.
Okay, blue card. Ah.
Dude, in comms, live at that point, I was like, oh shit, I picked blue card, I deserve to die.
So
Yeah, that wasn't a good decision for me to move to river fight, because he could have just hit in the bush. I didn't have any
yeah,
words. He just killed.
yeah, he should have killed you multiple times. Here you just needed to not turn around. You just needed to like let Nautilus get to her, because her Q won't kill you from this HP. It'll kill you now though.
My death at that point.
Yeah, so if you just kept running, only her Q will hit you, but it won't kill you, and then you can turn and finish her. But either way, the more important stuff from this one, since we can go to the Zoe one now, the important stuff from this one was like recognizing the small windows a better player is going to give you, not the most, like the really obvious ones from this elo, because he was giving you plenty. And the biggest takeaway, actually, I would say, is how you want to like rinse and repeat the same game plan. You only want to let the wave come back to you when they are, like very specific scenarios, like when you're so afraid of the jungler that you feel like you have to like freeze with an advantage. If you fucked up and you can't actually like punish them because you lost half your HP, then you can let it come back to you. But if everything's going right, you should be constantly pushing. All right, let's move to the Zoe one. Where is this?
It's on the 26th. It's the first game of the 26th.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, because I've heard you talk about like level leads a lot and how it matters a bit. Because if you're freezing, you technically give a level lead to your opponent.
Exactly. That's why freezing is a very situational thing. But your TF gameplay there wasn't like that bad. Like I was actually, it was better than I was expecting.
Okay.
You just need to, yeah, you just need to learn just to see those windows. Like just throwing, like if you'll see the difference, I might, maybe I'll just show you like after this. But like the difference between someone that knows how to lane with TF versus like Zed or something and not is literally the amount of auto attacks they throw. Like how many auto attacks they punish you with when you go for CS. Like it can come down to just that.
Like theoretically, if two clones of Dopas played that matchup, how would it go? Just curious to know.
Like Zed versus TF.
Yeah, like perfectly.
It's TF favored, so TF would win.
Wait, I also have another question like regarding TF lanes. What can you like generalize what kind of matchups he actually loses?
The only matchup you really have to really worry about as TF is Yasuo. Everything
Only
else
Yasuo?
is.
Like not even Aurelia.
I mean, Irelia is a bitch for anyone to be honest, but not like Irelia is still not like on the Yasuo scale. But she's Irelia's bullshit. It doesn't even matter. Like, no matter who you're playing in mid lane, Irelia always has a chance to kill you because she's a stupid, fucking, terribly designed champ. It's not even like a matchup thing. It just doesn't matter who you play.
Um,
But
yeah, what about Action?
Akshan is actually on the same. There's two champions I would say that require no thought process to win lane, and it is Akshan and Irelia in mid lane. But Akshan isn't. Akshan comes down to just controlling the wave better, because he's also auto attack based. So if you're pushing and he tries to like jump in, and you stun him in your wave, it's like you can beat him. It's not as volatile as like Irelia. Irelia lands one stun and like runs you down and kills you, which is stupid. But Yasuo is like the only real champ that isn't Baby Mode Riot, Fisher Price, Chuck E. Cheese. That
Wait, what did you just? Is that an expression?
Yasuo is the only real champ that like is very difficult for TF. Like his main matchup that is tough. It's not unwinnable or anything, but it's definitely hard, especially with lethal tempo now.
Yeah, that's really interesting to hear because I just want to know like how much is my fault because I want to have realistic expectations for what I'm supposed to be able to do with my champion.
Yeah,
And I couldn't really have those expectations since I'm playing low elo.
yeah. So like the only time you gotta be like if you lose lane to Irelia or Yasuo, you really don't gotta stress too much. Now you should try to learn from it because you can beat them, but every other matchup you should be winning if you're playing right. So like we'll look here.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
wait,
thanks for that.
am I sharing screen? Okay, cool.
No.
I am. You have to just click and then click again.
Oh, okay.
So right off the bat, you can see here. So watch this.
Yeah, like I didn't even have an idea of what kind of game plan I should have.
It's the same. Like TF is all about pushing. You guys have to remember this. TF is literally all about pushing, not even just like in lane for solo kills, but for priority as he's a champ that can make plays around the map, with his ult. So you should constantly be pushing. I'll show you an example and just to break down exactly like what the player is doing. But like right here, look, Zoe is going to be in range to hit with the pick a card. So you should be pulling it here and just throw the blue card at her right away. Yeah. Because notice here, she's past her range minion, so you're not going to take any minion aggro here. Right? So like
I do harass her.
Well, so like the concept here is like think about it this way. Zoe, her Q doesn't take minion aggro. TF, your main damage comes from like pick a card, which is an auto attack, and your E and autos. Your Q gets more points and starts to damage. But point is, a lot of your damage comes from things that draw minion aggro, so you need to be pushing like constantly. Make sense?
Yes.
And then
Wait,
for
give
the
me like 2 seconds.
yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go.
So here,
I'm
yeah,
ready.
you needed to just throw it right at her. But you see, you walked away, which is going to let her probably auto you. I know she could have autoed you there and walked away, and then right there you lost a trade. You see what I'm saying? Here, when she threw that Q back, you don't got to be afraid of her there. Like you can just walk up like behind this, throw the red card at the minion, and then walk away. But see, it was too late here. Also, you threw it at the wrong one. You have to think they're going to be trying to run away from you, right? So, when they're trying to run away from you, like, see, she's over here, so you need to throw it at this one.
Mhm.
Auto, auto, auto. Yeah, yeah. Okay, a little dangerous there, but... Okay, so right there. So just like
My
in...
coach.
What'd you say?
No, nothing. I was mumbling to myself.
Okay. So... Right here, like, just like any other champ, TF still needs to play around cooldown. So, like, Zoe walks up like this and throws her Q with the wave. First off, you're a little bit too far up right now. You should be back here because she cleared your minions. So, like, you should have saw here that you were losing the push. Right here. You see? So, like, that's why I said this was a little dangerous. You're walking up here with, like, no minions at all. You should be back here. You need to be playing around your wave. Now... if you were back here like you should be, Zoe walks up and does this, and like now she doesn't have Q and you have W, so you should be hitting her here. You should be walking up, throwing a card at her. Pick a card. Like just double tap it and throw it. Doesn't even matter which one it is. Worst case scenario, it's a gold card. Best case, it's a blue card. So you see here, you threw it at the wave. Why did you throw this at the wave and not at her?
Because I was thinking too hard about the match. I was like, okay, I gotta like push and stuff. So I was focused like too zoned on that.
Okay, yeah, no, that's totally normal and like a really common thing. So that's just like you need to understand that you can't force it. Like if you are just using your abilities on the wave to try to like force this push right now, like what you're doing, all that does is leave you vulnerable. You still have to trade when you're supposed to and punish them when they have an ability down. If you take health from them, that will actually make it easier to push because they will have to play, more respectful, right?
Yeah, I've actually watched your video on like you were playing Syndra against Ari and you talked about playing against Wave Clear. That was brilliant, by the way. But I don't know, for some reason in my mind for some reason I didn't think that applied to TF because his trading is like so aggro based. I mean
Mm-hmm.
minion aggro based.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you actually try to punish cooldowns and they're like positioning properly, like here, if I tried to hit her with W, like in this exact spot, wouldn't I have gotten aggroed by her blue?
Well, that's why I said you actually should be back here.
Oh, so I shouldn't be there in the first place.
Right, yeah, you're too far up. So you should be back here, and then you hit her with the card, and then now, like, you win that trade, which is great, and then that will, like, every small trade you win is very important in this game. So that would have been a good start into, like, getting the push. You can still get the push and everything. And if you can't, it's fine. Like, let it crash and start slow pushing it back to her. That's fine. Sometimes you can't get the push.
Okay, so like, what should be my? That hurt you? I'm sorry.
No. That right there is just like I thought you were gonna do the right play. It looked perfect, and then you just threw the card at the wrong person.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it.
This was like the exact same scenario, basically, where she throws Q like this randomly. No one really knows why. And then look, your positioning here is perfect. This is exactly what you were supposed to do before. You see how like you're actually with your wave. You're not too far up. And then she just threw Q. So if you walked up and threw a blue card at her, that would have been beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah, wait. Stay on that frame. Okay, can you go back to that one earlier when I was pushed too far up and like griefing with my position?
Sure. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It was actually right before this.
Okay. There we go.
So as you can see here, you're kind of like, you're not really behind your minions. You have nothing really to, like, you're gonna definitely, but here, like, you're actually with your wave back here, and you could just throw, like, if you locked a red card, especially there, that would have been literally perfect because it would have grabbed CS and trade with her, but blue card would have been totally fine as well. Either way, the whole concept here is that you needed to punish her for just throwing her Q like that. She didn't have Q up, so you got to punish her.
Okay.
Because she's kind of just doing whatever she wants right now. Ooh, also, I just noticed, you start Endured's Ring, you should be going Corrupting Potion every game on TF. Corrupting Potion,
Everything?
yep, Dematerializer, Time Warp Tonic. Movement speed's too important on this champion. Movement speed and sustain for laning is too important.
Okay.
Yeah, so Time Warp Tonic, Dematerialize, backline minions, all three of them. And yeah. Okay. This fucking thing? Holy. Okay. Okay, let me see. This fucking fly was in my face. This fucking thing. Ugh. Okay, yeah, that was good. That was fine. Remember E start, or E level 2 though. Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. So, no reason to do this. This only hurts you. You're just taking damage here for free. From the minions. There's no reason to, honestly, I mean, if you think about it here, like, we want to push to her, right? So, like, we want these minions to die. So, let them fall, crash on the tower, don't take damage for free, collect them on the tower, and then you can start pushing back towards her. Oh, right here. So, you could win the lane right here.
By stunning her? Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so do you see how she used Q? So she used Q. This is a big mistake a lot of players in this elo make. So she used Q. This minion's about to die, right? So if you walked up here and stunned her, now she's going to be eating this whole wave. And, like, she can't turn around and fight you. So you would stun her, walk, like, this way into your wave, and just run her down the whole way. If you had E, this would be beautiful. This would be even better. Because, like, think about it. Like, she can't hit you with the bubble because you're going to stun her, walk behind your wave, and then they're going to shield you from a bubble. If she tries to turn around and fight you at all, these minions are going to be hitting her the whole time. Cannon and everything. Like, that's going to do a ton of damage. If she tries to turn and fight you or trade back with you, she could die here. So, yeah, this was a big moment where you needed to recognize that she was trolling. And you could even say, fuck this CS, and just walk at her, waiting for your W to come up. Like, to stay in range for when it comes up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wait, so basically, if we generalize this, if you lose, like, if you're playing TF in a lane where you don't have the push advantage, you should just play for, like, bounce back?
Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. That's what you can do every time.
Okay. But, like, the tone in your voice leads me to believe that that's not the optimal strategy.
No, well, no, it's not optimal because the optimal strategy is to be pushing in the first place. You see what I'm saying?
But you can't always get
No,
push, right?
if you can't for whatever reason, then yeah, then you go the second route. But there's not many lanes where you just straight up can't unless there's a very, like, a specific reason. Like, TF has a pretty strong level 1 when it comes to pushing. So, like, if I had to think of a champ that you have to respect level 1 so much, like Irelia is one of them, then maybe you could push or let it push. But either way, the whole point is, like, yeah, sometimes things don't go how you want them to, like level 1, and you get pushed in. So, like, yes, that is the next step. If you're getting pushed in, play for the the bounce back towards them.
Okay.
But this concept's very important on any champ you play. This one that we're talking about here, where you needed to see she was trolling and punish the shit out of that.
Yeah, like, isn't TF specific? Like, if I was there, I could have just WE.
Yeah, no matter who you are there, you just go in. Even if you're just auto-attacking, for all I care, you just need to get in there and punish. Like, that was like I said, you could kill her there or win the lane straight up. Now here, now look.
Okay, I'm listening.
So I'm gonna ask you because we went over this already. So now at this point, let's look at the scenario. What should we be doing now?
Well, I'm pushing towards her, so I should be building a slow push and punishing like CS she goes for, and also playing around like her Q if she just spams it at the wave.
Okay, so yeah, you'll slow push to her if no one touches it. Problem is, it's Zoe. It's not a melee champ. So
I need to be autoing.
this is where you have to. So a thing to understand is that minion waves are very volatile. Meaning, if you get like a 1 minion lead here, if you just kill 1 minion or something, it's very hard for her to get the pushback. So this means when the waves even like this, like the waves, like you guys have even minions now because she crashed the wave. Now it's like, okay, the race to who can get the push now. So the first thing you need to be thinking about right now is like, okay, let me get the push lead. So like, if I were you, walk up, you can even throw a red card at the cannon and hit everything. You could focus down 1 minion, whatever it is. You need to just realize you got to push fast now.
I would never have thought of that.
Does it make sense though?
Yeah, it really does make. Well, I didn't think that the waves are that volatile, but it does make sense because if you kill one and then the two other minions focus that one down, and then it's a snowball effect.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very, very snowbally. And let's say you push really fast, you hit level 3 first, and then you can like walk up and look to trade or like push her off of the wave, which also gives you more of a push advantage because she has to respect your level 3. Okay. Yep, this is a good red card. Okay, good movement. Okay, here we go. Let's see what you do here. Okay, so what should you do right now?
Well, I have stack deck. She's going for my cannon. Her Blumen's about to die, so like I have 2 allies with me. I should just fuck her up.
Right, so you see how it's the same exact scenario as back here.
Yeah.
So
it's another win lane moment, right?
Right, exactly. So like these moments, you will never see them in a high reload game because it is such a big mistake. It will lose them the lane. She just made 2 of them, and I have a bad feeling you're gonna auto this CS instead of walking up to hit her. Oh, close. It looked like you maybe tried. This is so. Remember how I said like you should take time warp tonic every game, and because movement speed is so important on TF, that's what I'm talking about. Like that small increase in movement speed will let you catch up to people because you know you don't have mobility. You got to run at them and throw shit. What's wrong, baby? What? So that was another time.
This coaching's fucking good. I'm getting like a bang for my buck.
Your brain's expanding. Okay, hit her again. Okay, so this is a concept for any champ. This is just like fundamental auto-based trades, no matter who you are. So let's just think of it like this. Think of that there's like a line, an imaginary line, like right here. Basically where your melee champs are and your melee minions and her melee minions. You can always auto her and not have to worry about minion aggro if you're behind that line. You see like she's up here. She's past her range minions, meaning you can always hit her and be totally fine. And your TF, you have this. You have more attack speed and you can get the stack deck. So, and on top of this, in this specific scenario, you had like an extra range minion. You actually had 2 extra range minions. So you would want to always auto her here because if she autos you back, you're always going to win. But then here, look, you auto her and you start walking back. This is good. Now she's walking very deep into your wave right now.
I think I turned back. Oh fuck, I griefed.
So like that's where you just want to turn and hit her once and then turn around again. Because she should turn around there. If she doesn't, you're just going to kill her. Like you're just going all in. But just like realizing that you have the advantage because you have more minions, and because you're the one pushing, you have more minions. She's walking up too far. Like recognizing that they are overextending is big for TF.
Yeah, well that's good because like it's so different to like hear you talk about something and then actually making the mistake yourself, and you're like, okay, it's maybe not as obvious as
Well,
it is.
in your like in all fairness to you, like TF is not an easy champ. People think he is, but he's not. He's actually really
A lot of people
hard.
think is it easy?
Yeah, a
People
lot of
are
people think he's
delusional.
very easy, but he's definitely not. Not especially not nowadays with how much mobility and bullshit is in the game. But either way, so like here, let's see. I'm not even going to tell you what you're supposed to do yet. Let me see. Okay, so we have a situation here. There's a bubble on the ground or a balloon, whatever the fuck it's called, and it's a ghost. So look at your minions, look at her minions. You tell me what you're supposed to do here.
It's a win lane opportunity. I fucking walk up. If she autos me, that's like the best case scenario. If not, I just beat her the fuck up. And yeah, I just throw my shit at her and do a lot of damage. And she cannot hit skill shots on me because if she really does try to get aggressive, or like if her jungler's there or some cringe ass shit, I just like back off because I have my range minions to block for her skill shots.
Right. So yeah, that's a big key here, or that's like a big part of this is you got to make sure, like you definitely want to punish her when she goes for this, but because it's fucking Zoe, a bullshit champ, you still need to make sure you avoid that bubble. Any other like normal champ can't do something like this, but make sure you put a minion between you and her so she can't bubble you, and then there's no chance she can do anything here, and you can just straight up punish her.
Wait,
See what you.
don't forget.
Oh god. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see what you do here. Well, actually, before I even see, what do you think you should do?
Well, I win because she doesn't have bubble. I can dodge her Q really easily, and she's just really overextended. So I should just like kill her here.
So
And
which?
I think I can ignite him.
So where should
Yeah,
you
I
go? This way, or this way? 1, 2, or 3?
Well, wait. What are the options?
1, 2, 3.
3.
3. Right. Exactly. You should just be. You should realize at this point, like she just missed bubble, and she's running in like this. You should realize she is dead. So, you need to be going forward in preparation to, because she's going to realize here in about a second that, like, oh shit, I got to run. Like, I'm fucked. So, like, you need to get ahead. You should already be ahead of that because you already know she's fucked. And you're just running forward ready for her, whatever it's called. So, do you see how you're making this harder because you didn't run into the wave?
Yeah, but like I got really spooked here because I actually thought she was gonna win, and then I stopped thinking.
Right. That's exactly why I said that it's so important to understand, to know you already won before this happened. You needed to already understand the situation. That's actually a big part of League in general, is knowing who should win something, so it's not just a fucking coin flip like this where you don't know when you make the wrong play. If you already know they fucked up, then it's just free.
Okay, I see what you mean. I should just have more confidence when I'm playing here.
I mean, look, you even gave her the Q, right? And ran away, and you still won. So imagine you could have just stood in the wave and right-clicked her. But
Okay, we'll go back to that frame. Before it all happened.
well, first I'll go back to that, but I want you to see just how, like, so even though you didn't really do much to her, like you didn't really pressure her at all in this lane, and like trade with her in those. What'd you say?
She gives me free windows.
Right, like she gave you a bunch of windows to punish her and stuff, but notice something, how even though you didn't take those windows, notice how the lane started to turn in your favor as you started pushing towards her. Because then they have to understand how minions work. She needs to know what is going to, like, that she can't go into a big wave and kill you or auto you when you have minions like that. But they don't know this. You have to abuse their gaps in, like, game knowledge. And that's why pushing is so great. Like, people don't know how to play around minions. So look, she's running up and doing shit like this. And then it's like this right here. This situation, if she's pushing to you, you can't do anything here, right? But because you're pushing, this literally sets you up for this kill. She didn't know how to play this. She thought, oh, I'll just grab the fucking bubble and kill him. But no, you have the minions here. It doesn't work that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see exactly what you're saying.
basically just solidifying how important it is to push on TF. So okay, yeah, make sure you push one more here. I would rather die to the enemy jungler than not push one more here. Okay, looks like you know to dematerialize the backline. Missed the Q on that, no problem. Oh, that was close. Wow. Okay. So it's better to buy a dark seal over a sapphire crystal. Because sapphire crystal gives no combat stats. So like a lot of the time you'll be starting corrupting potion, recalling, buying a dark seal and boots, or dark seal and amp tome, but dark seal on first base always much better than sapphire crystal.
Does it give you mana regen?
No, but it gives you AP.
Okay.
You don't really need mana regen.
Right.
Okay, so you have a lead now. It's the same game plan from here. So look, right here. So I can already tell you this will be a trading opportunity. This will be a window to punish her, because I don't know if you've ever played this cringe-ass champ, Zoe, but the way her Q works, her Q distance is based off of like where she is. So like she's going to throw a Q back like this, and then she will walk forward to, because like that will extend the range of her Q. If she keeps walking, the Q can keep going. So knowing that she's going to have to walk forward here, this is a perfect time to pull a yellow card or a red card and throw it at her and use the minions to block. So look, you see how she like walked forward? So I'll show you again. So she's going to pull a Q here, and then she's just going to walk. You see, so she went from here to here. So if you just walked up knowing she was going to do that, you throw a red card and a Q, even an auto, and then that's a great trade for you. Basically, it's just knowing that she's going to walk into range for you to auto her, so that's a perfect time to pick a card.
She really doesn't seem that bad of a matchup.
No, I mean, this matchup, it just comes down to pushing her in and then avoiding bubbles. That's really it. Especially in this elo. Higher elo, it's much, much different, of course, but...
You're supposed to get into that now. I shouldn't be walking up here because...
Well, you can, because your jungler's here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Definitely shouldn't have been running away there, though. That should have been a kill. Okay, so a big part of TF as well is how you angle your Qs. So you should be, like, when you're clearing a wave, you should be angling your Q to try to hit them as well. So, like, right here, you should be walking over to here. And, like, or, I mean, you basically just want to, like, since it comes out in 3 different lines, you can hit the things you're trying to hit and also try to throw one towards them and try to hit them as well. Does that make sense?
Yes. Optimization.
Well, it's basically just like TFQ goes really far, and it hit it, so like, and there's a lot of players will get hit by the Q because it's kind of hard to see where it's going. Oh, okay. So let's talk about this real fast. Hi, Lentil. So right here, why'd you pull this card?
Because the Billy minion was gonna get 1 shower shot, and then she's gonna have to last hit it.
Okay.
But I recognize now that I made a positioning mistake, because she could just bubble me and like not go for the CS. I should be in my wave.
You should be in your wave, and you remember, you don't want to pull this until you're like in range to throw it, because it's too obvious. So if you just walked in with your wave here, she doesn't see you're cycling or anything, and then as she walks up to grab it, you quickly double tap W, throw it, and then boom. Also, you still could have hit her right there. That would have been fine. Even if you took a tower shot, you have stacked deck. Like, you're going to chunk her there. You'll take 1 tower shot, but she has no sums. Like, you're about to kill her. No corrupting pot, so your sustain is kind of bad. She has corrupting pot, so she has a lot. That means you're probably gonna have to reset here. So you see this Q angle? Garbage. And I'm gonna show you the right way to use this. But basically, you would walk up into this little pocket here. You would throw it. It would hit everything and have a chance to hit her. But like you're only hitting a few things here. You need to make sure you're like throwing optimal cues. And like I said, I will show you after this. Ooh, that probably was trying to be a blue card.
Yes.
That's okay. That happens. Okay.
Wait. Let's talk about that recall. Was that a good recall?
Yeah, it was fine. And like this is all because you don't have corrupting pot. That's all. If you have corrupting pot, you wouldn't have to recall there. But because you don't have it, that was a fine recall.
But I don't lose like too much off like
No.
experience.
Yeah, that's why it was okay, because it was a recall where you shouldn't lose that much. But it's not even about the experience that you lost. It's that, like, remember, your jungler just ganked, got Zoe really low, she lost flash. Like, you were in a good position to actually kill, but you misplayed a bit and didn't, like, punish properly, like, when you walked up just, like, holding the card and she just avoided it when you should have...
Yeah, like, you choked her out from lane.
Right, yeah, so, like, you lost... You might not have lost CS, but you did lose, like, solo kill opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here, I'm like not really sure what to do.
Yep, and I was about to talk about that because this is a common thing. So, a lot of players... So, there's going to be games on TF where you literally don't ult anywhere for, like, the first 10, 15 minutes. Because there won't be... Well, in low elo, that probably won't happen too often. But, basically... Like this right here, there's no play to be made here. So you just make sure. A lot of TF players, especially in lower elos, have this bad habit of like forcing things because they just want to use their ult to make a play. Like if you tried to make a play down here, you could just die for it. Unless your bot lane was like on the tower and you ulted down here to dive, that's a little bit different. But at this point, there's no play to be made. Top lane, there's no play to be made.
Because at this point, I knew that they were in the bush, like the Blitzcrank and the other guy. So I was just waiting for them to engage.
Yeah, so like, yeah, if you're watching down here because Blitzcrank's about to hook someone, that's fine. But
and I thought you.
Oh, okay. I don't know how that happened. Either way, this play's already over. Oh, you're actually... This elo is something sometimes. What the hell? He should have died. So let's talk about TF's ult a bit, actually. So, just remember that when you're... Like, TF ult, you're using it to get yourself kills. You're not... It isn't a, like, help your laners...
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I don't have that bad mentality. Like, when you have an ultimate, you either take easy guaranteed fights or like anything that basically advantages you. Because I've said this on Dopa reviews already. Like,
yeah,
he plays TF, but he doesn't do anything that doesn't immediately
benefit him. Right. Yeah, he's not doing it to help anybody. It means that's why you're going to be making alt plays around these kinds of lanes, like the ones where your teammates are pushing, not when they're getting pushed in. Sometimes you will be, but basically, yeah, you're looking to get gold and get kills with your alt. You definitely should have killed that Lucian just with like some more auto attacks, but it happens. Your teammate should have killed him as well, but either way. Okay, so right there, this is another part of TF is map awareness. That's one of the reasons Dopa's so fucking good at this champ. Like, his map awareness is insane. So if you look here, your jungler and Blitz are here. So like, you shouldn't be walking away. You should be like baiting this, if anything. Like, you can fight her here. And you have 6 minions. She has no minions, so she should never be able to do this. She should never be able to just waltz on in like this in a huge wave with your jungler and support there.
Yeah, but like, I saw my jungler, but I didn't really want him to fight there, because if he did and like he potentially could die, he's already level 5, and if he fucking dies there, we just lose the game, right?
Well, it's just not possible because your support is there as well. Even if your support wasn't there, there's no world this low elo Zoe just suddenly goes faker mode and one-shots the Wukong with you there as well, stunning her and all that shit. Like, there's just no chance. but your support was there too, which makes it even more of a prevents that from happening. Like there's no world she kills, and then here same thing happens actually. Look at your teammates ready to gank this. Zoe is griefing. So like she's pulling this. You shouldn't be running away. You should be running towards her because your teammates are here to gank. So you should be like playing TF to set up ganks. You would run at her, pick the gold card, but we wouldn't throw it yet. You would throw it once your teammates actually once Wukong comes around this corner and can actually follow up.
Yeah, well, I was trying to bait her up forward because if I walked at her, she could like escape top river with her item that makes her run fast.
Yeah, but that's not really what like she's not looking to escape. She's trying to kill you. So like your problem here is it's like look. It's like she's trying to kill you here. If she was trying to run, she wouldn't be throwing Q and like running at you like this. So like because by you running away like this, notice now you're not in range to hit her with a stun or anything. So like she did have a chance to live right there. If you walked up properly and stunned her, she has 0 chance of living. There, she had a chance. If she dodged that blitz hook, which was very possible since she had the movement speed, she's gone. She just lives.
Okay.
So you gave her a lot of counterplay. So this is just an awareness thing. A few times I've noticed in this game where like an awareness problem where like you don't see your jungler there or your support there, and like it almost lets someone live or get away or whatever. Oh, okay. We don't want to be doing this though. So this play, this is a really bad play. So this is the stuff that's gonna. So you have to remember as TF, you'll learn the hard way if anything, like most do. Like you're gonna run down to a play like this and you're just gonna die because your champ, when it comes to combat strength, is on the lower end of other like compared to most champs. You don't have an ultimate that does damage. You have like at this point you do very little damage. So when you run to a lane like this and they're full HP, they're just gonna turn it and kill you. It happens all the time. So what you should have done here was clear this, try to either hit plates or just like clear this next wave and then reset.
Oh, you're right. Like when we come back and watch it, it's like so obvious because taking plates is like a guarantee, and going bot is a gamble.
Yeah, this is just coin flip shit that not only shouldn't work, but you could die doing it, and then is kind of what's happening here.
I hesitate, but like I shouldn't even been considering that in the first place. Like
No.
This game I was too eager to.
Well, this is what I was. Remember, I was just talking about this. How like TF players will force things like this. All that was just like force. You're just trying to make a play to make one, but you have to like get out of the habit and be very patient when you play this champ, because when you get behind, things will go down. Like things will go south very fast because you don't do any damage. So it gets hard to get back in the game. Like a lot of playing TF is like learning how to like not fall behind ever. You have to like get ahead as this champ pretty much always, or you just don't do enough damage to carry. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, Q the whole wave. Look to reset. We still haven't reset in a while. W the cannon. Want to W the cannon there to hit everything. Oh boy, we're in kill range here. Q auto. Ah, you got an auto there for electrocute. Oh boy, where are you running to? Oh, nice. Okay. You actually could kill her there. Just because she doesn't have ignite, but everything here, there's a lot of problems there. You needed to auto right there. You needed to run towards your tower, running this way. You have to understand here that she like didn't have to do what she did. Like she could have just flashed on you, or I mean look where she's aiming this shit. Who even knows? Like, so there's just a lot. Like you should die here almost every time based off of the route that you ran. Also, not having corrupting potions killing you. With corrupting potion, you just run her down there because you have ignite. She doesn't.
Okay, well, I suppose I'll just take that every game.
Yeah, every single game. Wait, what did you do here?
What even is like the benefit of taking Darn's Ring then? Because usually I take Darn's Ring range versus ranged, and then
There's no
for
benefit to Doran's Ring ever for TF.
okay.
TF is just one of those champs that like has a specific starting item for every single game, and it's Corrupting Pot.
Okay.
Here, let me see how you ulted here, because a lot of TF players will mess this up too. Okay, so where you ult on TF, the smallest differences are like important because you don't have mobility. So when you're looking for a kill like this, you want to be thinking about where they could run to, and like where you need to ult to make sure they don't like to cut off those spots. So here, it's very obvious that if you ult here, she is either going to run this way or this way. But if think about if we put it here, where my mouse is now.
Yeah, because then she can outrun towards our bot side jungle. Her only escape route, well, she wouldn't have one, it would be like towards tower.
Right, exactly. She doesn't have one. Literally just by moving it from here to here, it's a big difference. Right? So
Totally noted.
the next thing is, I'm not sure. So like when you press Alt, what are you looking at your character when you're cycling your cards? Or are you looking down here at this?
I already have my map on Zoe, and I'm like looking at my hotbar for the gold card.
Wait, let me see. Wait, maybe you locked the card and then TP'd? Let me see.
No, I was TPing and then I doubled.
Okay, yeah, you did. Nice, good job. Very good, very good.
Thank you.
Let me see. Okay. So yeah, if you were just a little bit closer to her there, you could definitely get that kill, even with her flashing, but it's okay.
Yeah, that Lilia surprised. I did not expect that Lilia to be there. Well, that's my fault because I literally have a map ult that reveals everyone on the map, so I should... One of the bad habits I have is like when I ult for a play, I don't look at where the other people are.
That's normal. Yeah, that's a common thing. With time, like when your map awareness gets better, like if you actually focus on map awareness, like you'll start to look at stuff like that.
It gets better with time.
Yeah, as long as you're actually putting effort into it.
Okay. I was just wondering if you could get the same result with Rosemary.
So here, or so like now at this point, I want to kind of show you what it's supposed to look like a bit, like in a bunch of all the concepts I covered, but like that when they're done right, so you can see like kind of what it looks like. So let me just open. Might as well use the king himself, the goat.
Oh, wait, by the way, when you watch Dopa, like, from what source do you watch him? Because,
His YouTube.
he has his official YouTube?
Yeah.
Because, like, he posts stream videos, but they're, like, 1 minute short, 1 minute long, and you have to be subscribed to watch them.
Yeah, he has his own own YouTube. So let's look at Oh, here we go. Because this is a matchup that would be tricky. Oh wait, no, this is not what I want. Where is this fucking?
I love Dopa.
Me too. Me too. What about this? God damn it. Oh, wow, perfect. Okay. So, this is the exact same matchup. Let me share screen.
Yeah, Zoe.
Yeah, so it's Zoe. Now the only difference here, or like the only thing that could like that you'll see different is Dopa is going like this high elo rune setup where you spellbook with TP. This was very popular in higher elos. Bro, is this?
Go electrocute here.
It's just higher elo. Okay, well this we can't watch this VOD because like is the FPS gonna sit at fucking 10? Who uploaded this? What a mutt! Holy shit!
Damn, you're ruthless. Holy shit.
Like 18 FPS. How are we supposed to watch? Anyway, yeah, like you'll never want to go whatever it's called spellbook because
Oh wait, I wanted to talk about the runes. I forgot. Like, do I always go electrocute like every
yeah
matchup?
yeah
Okay.
um God, why can't I? Tell me this works. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this should do it. So this is where he plays against Zoe, but he goes electrocute. He's gonna go cleanse because high elo cleanse is good for Zoe bubble. But I'm gonna just show you a few of the things that I was talking about. So he starts E level 1. This was a more common thing, but they actually nerfed it. It's still viable, but yeah,
Because it helps to get the push, right?
helps get the push, and like your auto damage is really high when you especially get the stack deck. I mean, see, so remember, so what I was talking about earlier was how a lot of TF's damage comes from autos and his like the E stack deck. So you can see here how much damage this did. He got stack deck.
I don't see anything.
Did I not share? Oh, I'm brain dead. My bad. Here you go. So let me see again. He actually did another one of those concepts we talked about earlier where, see, he walked away, let Zoe walk like a little bit further, like past her minions a bit, and then autoed her and kept walking. Now he's going to see how she's like, what the fuck?
Wait, press the attack.
So you see how she's like past that line I was talking, or like she's like past her range minions, like I was talking about in your VOD, which means you can like always auto her because you don't have to worry about her minions.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what he's gonna do here.
He wins extended trades, right?
Right. Yeah. So he abused that.
Wow.
Okay.
Is there a reason why he didn't contest those CS?
Which ones?
Those 3 low casters. Is it just because like he won't have anything to body block?
Well, he like if he goes and autos her here, not only does she have her Q back up, but he will be taking minion aggro because see, she's not past her minions this time. She's back here.
Oh.
So if she was like way further up, then it's different. He would auto her, but she's in a spot where he can't just like force a random trade, especially when she has her Q up. But now that her Q's down, he can be a little bit more comfortable to auto. They're both going to hit 2 about the same time. She hit it. Now he's going to hit it. He'll go W. Okay. Stack deck auto. I'm making sure I only want to go over the important concepts for you at the moment. Like I could go over a ton of shit here, but it's like not worth it for your brain at the moment. You want to focus more fundamental instead of like these very specific things. So I'm just kind of looking for those at the moment. So right there is what I was kind of talking about, how like a lot of playing TF is, since you don't have mobility, it's about catching people that are spacing with like poor spacing. And so like right here, he gets stack deck, and like I said, stack deck is like if you have a stack deck and you pick a card, that's like what you want. That's like optimal. So he got the stack deck and walked up. Like this was like really, really good and really hard to do, but you won't have to do something this like this difficult against players in Elo because their spacing is just pretty much bad all the time. So he just barely catches Zoe here. Stack deck, red card, a lot of damage there. That was really, really good. He like didn't give her any chance to hit him back because he can just walk behind the minions for the bubble. Now the next thing here is notice, like, so when I said a lot of using TF's Q is like lining up the angles properly, this is one of those times where he sees a cannon minion in front of him that he wants to get, and he also sees that like Zoe is back here, so it's about where he's standing. He's standing in a spot where he can throw this and hit both. So even like a challenger player will get hit by TF's Q even when they're not stunned or something like that. If you line it up right. So that's when we talked about optimal Qs. As you can see here, like you were throwing a lot of Qs that would only hit like a few minions because they're kind of, they just weren't angled right. Like his Qs are going to hit everything. If he's trying to hit like, the whole wave to push, he's going to hit 5-6 minions every time.
Or he did that thing.
What thing?
Like he walked up, but he didn't like pick it.
Right.
He autos.
Exactly. So like cycling through while you're autoing so you don't have to throw the card. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So like you're not going to see him like solo kill her right now because one, he doesn't have ignite. Two, these are challenger players, so there's always not making these like lane losing mistakes, right? But he is winning. He is winning the lane. He got the first crash. He's going to get the first recall. He's going to be back in lane first.
So he has tempo?
Yeah, he had like lane tempo, and so he's also going to have like a slight experience lead. So like if there was a play to be made right now, like if he saw that there was going to be a fight bot lane, like he could actually push and move to it while she has to come back to mid, collect the wave.
And so, since there's no fight, he just like if he does the same thing again, it'll end up being a level lead instead of being half a level lead.
Well, basically, since there's no fight, he just doesn't push at all and lets the minions kill each other, and that will deny her a few CS. That's all. That's like the most optimal way to deny her.
Very slight.
Ooh, just barely mess with. I'm actually surprised that hit. Nice champ, Zoe. So this is a little bit of an advanced concept, what he was trying to do here. This was just him trying to... Because in this elo, her having bubble is dangerous, but if you can bait it out of her, it's like big. This is something you can do in your own games, and it's like actually not too hard. You just like need to walk at them a bit and then preemptively click away. Just to like try to bait out, like against Ari, bait out her charm. Against Zoe, bait out her bubble. He tries to do the same thing, but he didn't think this would land. I mean, I can't even believe it did, to be honest. I mean, this is really far. This is not how far her bubble goes. I'm very surprised that landed. Huh. What the fuck? Interesting. Yeah, that was like max range for sure. Like, last fucking pixel. Johnny, thanks for the 34 months, bro. Appreciate it. Ignite off the wave. You just hate to see it.
Like, could you really not do anything there?
Nope.
Once you walk up like that?
No, because the champ is stupid, and she got ignite off the wave, so he kind of has to just hold that, which sucks, but...
Just 2 ignites.
Yeah, so she'd have 2 of them. Nice champ. Not too concerned about this. Not too concerned. Okay, I just want you to see. Okay. Okay, so here you go. This is one of the cues I wanted you to see. So, like, watch how he throws this red card. Now watch. He's gonna throw it. Now watch how he moves afterwards. You see how he ran all the way up to here, and then through the Q. The Q is gonna go hit all these minions, but he also put himself in a spot to where this angle might catch her as well. So you'll see here. You see?
Perfect.
That's what I'm trying to tell you about. Like what? That's what I'm trying to tell you to do. Where you need to like put yourself in a spot where you can hit everything because this queue can like cover so much space. A lot of laning phase with TF is angling yourself properly like that.
Okay.
So like you're gonna see him do it again here. So right there, he moves himself to the middle so he can hit all six. It's like you were doing stuff where you're like throwing Q and hitting like 2 minions back here or 3, where like
Yeah.
you can move to the middle, hit all 6, like this, or at least 5. Um,
Oh.
Getting the gank. So here, he needed to dodge this first, and then immediately, look, he's... So, like, notice with you just, like, kind of ran away. And then Zoe remember, Zoe almost had a chance to get away earlier. He had to dodge this, but now he's trying to turn this immediately by grabbing the gold card and running her down. But she also rushed level 2 boots. Because his jungler's here, so he's trying to bait. Almost worked.
You just got moved.
Holy shit! Another fucking person here. Nice game. 3-man mid. Okay. Oh, this is really smart though. This is a really good play. So this isn't something you'll be doing very often probably, but there's so much pressure in mid lane at the moment. Like
How did he set up the wave before he dived? Because I remember it's pushing towards Zoe, but it didn't crash.
well, no, it's pushing towards him, but he can barely do anything right now. He's like, Udyr's here, Wukong's here, Zoe is trying to just sit there and like not push it and hoping Dopa walks up. So Dopa just said, fuck this shit. Let's just dive bot. Since my jungler's down there and they want to send all these resources mid, let's just kill them bot lane. Since my bot lane has the wave crashed. So yeah, that's like a classic. It's a classic play. Way more common in high elo, but yeah, it was a really good play. You don't like the reason why you won't be doing that often is because you shouldn't be dropping waves very often like that. You should just be winning, pushing, and then looking for ults like that. But in this elo, it's obviously much harder. So sometimes you have to sacrifice a wave to make a good play like that.
Like in low elo, I've noticed that sometimes when I'm walking up to queue a wave and like positioning myself to hit the whole thing, because like when they're like lining up, it's just straight line. They just let me do it, and it's so much easier to get lane
Oh
time.
yeah. They're just like, that Zoe we were just watching you go against was just kind of randomly using ability. She was just Q, like no real thought behind it. So yeah, you can abuse them in lane all day. That's why I'm saying like it doesn't really matter the matchup. Even like the worst matchups, you can easily win. Okay, so we're almost done here.
It's like Dopa wins this lane, but he doesn't stomp it, right?
Well, no, it's like nearly impossible here to stomp this lane. So in high elo, TF, if you can get the push as TF and like get chances to roam, that's like all you need. That's like what you, not chances to roam, but just like have priority, pressure the tower, like stuff like that. You don't have to kill people in high elo to be winning because it's very hard to solo kill someone in high elo because TF isn't one of those champs. But that's like high elo. Any other elo, you can actually get solo kills. Like I get solo kills in fucking Grandmasters games.
I feel like TF is just such a good champion for learning.
Yeah,
Because
he
the
is.
concept of like not roaming to not sacrifice and just to put yourself ahead is what a lot of mid laners should like focus on.
Teaches you how to lane without like when your W rely or like when your stun is like an auto attack and you have no mobility, it like really teaches you how to space in lane. That's like a really big part. Also, so there another example of like, so you can see how the angle he's putting himself in a spot where he can Q and he can try to hit Zoe with the Q like that. You can tag them with Qs all the time. especially in lower elo. So if it's working in this elo, hi Glitter. Okay, so we're probably gonna wrap this up here. I don't want to give you too much anyway. Just overload your
I feel like
brain.
it was a very productive course.
Yeah. You got a lot of good stuff to work on. The big ones are, I'd say the biggest one is just playing, like understanding how much your champion revolves around like the wave. So when you're pushing, that's when you like want to hold your ground, let them kill themselves by just trying to fight you in your wave, stuff like that. Make sure you're like trying to be optimal with your Qs. Like try to hit the wave and hit them at the same time. Corrupting potion every game. Time warp tonic. Don't force plays. That's another really big one. There are, like I said, there are plenty of times, especially in low elo, where I will not ult anywhere because I'm just winning lane. I'm just gonna keep winning it. Like fuck alting somewhere if my teammates are losing or something like that. I'd rather just stay mid, keep getting plates, keep getting solo kills, unless I see like free kills. Then you can ult for them. But yeah. So do you have any questions about anything we went over?
Not anything we went over, but like a quick matchup question, if it,
Sure.
that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
So, playing against like went over a few concepts in relation to playing against Waveclear, that Zoe matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Like same things apply to someone like Heimerdinger, right?
Similar. Heimer's a little bit of a special case, just where like he pushes very hard on his own. It's kind of a resident sleeper matchup. But yeah, like you can angle your Qs to like hit his turrets as well. Like odds are he's gonna push you in like a lot until at least like level. I'd say
Things I've learned today, if I just apply the same things I learned versus the Zoe matchup, I could still probably like do fairly well in a Heimer matchup.
yeah. Like Heimer will push you in early, but as you get more points in your queue and you can actually clear the waves and like your queue will start killing his turrets and stuff like that, it'll get easier. But it's a pretty resident sleeper matchup for the first like few levels. I mean, even to like level 7. It's just kind of one of those special case cringe ass matchups, but it's still similar though. Like if you do get the push, then yeah, all the concepts still apply. All playing as Heimer is just dodging his grenade. His grenade is like everything for him.
Okay.